Hey guys, it's Laurie. I wanted to take a quick minute before I got started on these ATCs, show you a product I was going to think about using, but I'm not sure I will. And once I cut it and do with it what I plan to do, I won't be able to show it to you, so I'm coming on now to show you so that after I cut it, when I tell you about it, you'll know what I'm talking about. I have a die here from Tim Holtz that I'm thinking about using. I may not, I don't know. It's the Alterations Movers and Shapers. It's the bird cage, mini bird cage and bird set. But what I plan on cutting some of these out of is packaging. And it's the packaging that goes to a Seven Gypsies ephemera kit that I had, that I've taken apart and used some of the stuff, and so I kept the packaging. So that's what this is going to be cut from, at least some of it. Some of it's going to be paper, cardstock. And some of it is going to be this. So I wanted to show you this to you before I cut it so that, you know, you would know what I was talking about. Okay, I'll be back in a little bit. Okay, I am back. I have done the die cutting. And let me tell you, some of the stuff got stuck in there, and I had to dig it out with a X-Acto knife. I still have all my fingers intact though, so we're safe. They look a little red, but they're okay. I still don't know if I'm going to use those or not. All I know is I've got a bunch of stuff here, and I'm going to just start, because if I don't just start, nothing will get accomplished. And the paper that I use, So Sweet, is by My Paper Studio. It's just one of these little 4x5 or 4x6 paper pads. It's kind of heavy cardstock, and that's for these. And the other ones that I already showed you earlier, I showed you the packaging. And the packaging, where is it? Here it is. The packaging was a bigger portion form. Can't talk. Okay, it's time for lunch. It was a bigger form of something like this. It was a big piece, and I showed you that in the very beginning of the video. But that's what these are. And what I really like is I thought I was gonna like this side the best, but I turned out to like this side the best, because let me show you. Here's the side that I thought I was gonna like, and I need more light. Hang on. Here's the side I thought I was going to like. And here's another one. But when you turn it over, look at that. The numbers and the writing and the color, I love that. And look at the back of that one, the text. I love that. So if I use these, I'm going to use the opposite side of what I thought. Like this one was just, it turned out plain. You could see, I could see all the texture and all the design in the paper that I liked. What I didn't realize though was when you cut these, that sort of disappears because it is a small piece, but when you turn it over, the back side stands out, and I really like that. So that's what I'm going to use. And the birds, let me show you a few birds. I thought I was going to like that side, but in fact, look at these. Aren't these just cute? They're so cute. So I don't know if I'm going to use them or not, but we'll see. And also I wanted to tell you one of the birds in the other, here, in the cardstock. See how the bird's supposed to look? This little guy, his little leg got chopped off because I tore it, because it didn't print very well, or it didn't cut very well for some reason. I must have cut too many papers at one time. But save these. Don't throw these away. These can still be used. You can tuck him in somewhere, like if you're going to use, you know, something like this, instead of having him out, you could tuck him in and hide his legs, or like tuck him in here somehow. You know, he can still be used, so don't throw him away. Keep him. He's still usable. Okay, I'm going to have to go in a minute because I got to go eat lunch, but what I thought I would do next is I took some more papers out of the book I'm not very focused, am I? You can tell, can't you? And I'm going to cover the back of my ATC cards, and I'm using pre-cut so that I didn't have to do it to save time. Strathmore acrylic linen cards, and they're already cut to artist trading card size. And okay, I'm back. I had to stop and I had to go have lunch, and it's been several hours that I've been away, and y'all didn't even know it, did you? And what I was going to do before I left was cover the backs of these ATC cards. I think that's where I left off. I told you what kind of ATC cards I was going to use, and I'm just going to cover the back with this paper from the paper pad that I just showed you, which was, and I don't remember if I showed you. I think I did show you this one. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. And this video will probably be in parts. I've got stuff everywhere because I don't know what I want to use. This video will probably be in parts because I'm not going to fast forward through anything as I make these, and because I don't want to give you a 3-hour video on how I made ATC cards all at one time. So let's choose this side for the back. I may cut some parts out that aren't that important, but anyway, right now what I'm going to do is take the back of the ATC, and I chose the side that's not as textured. I'll use the textury side for the actual ATC front. I'm going to put some of the, what's it called? I forgot, score tape on the back of the card, and then adhere it to this and cut it out. And I'll probably put a little glue just for some extra backup. So that's what we're going to do next. I may fast forward this part because it'll be repetitive, and you know what putting tape on a card looks like and what gluing looks like, so you don't really need to see all that. I mean, you may want to see it. And if I had some story to tell you, I would leave it on, but I don't really have a story to tell you at this point, other than, I don't know if I told you at the beginning of the video, but the tile that we were going to be having done that I told you about in my chat video from Friday fell through. Well, it didn't fall through. We postponed it for lots of different reasons. I wasn't very happy about it, but it's probably the wisest thing to do considering. So anyway, so it will be a calmer week next week. It won't be as busy as I thought it was going to be with noise and stuff. However, we might be having our deck worked on, which is the same guy, so, but he'll be outside. So you won't hear as much noise. Just depends what's going on. Okay, a little glue here. I'll use this one. I need to get some new glue. Scotch adhesive, quick dry adhesive. I might have some in my drawer, I don't know. And all I do is with this is I put it on areas that I didn't get tape. Just a light little bead. Okay. Don't have my apron on. I've got to put my apron on. I almost wiped my glue hand on my pants, which wouldn't surprise me. I think I'm far enough away. Okay. Go up to the edge as close as we can. It may not be perfect, but I want it to be, I want it to be as perfect as possible, so I'm going to go a little away from the edge so I can trim it rather than going, trying to be perfect and not matching. I'd rather trim away than have a gap, if that makes sense. Alright, that's one. I received one of my ATCs from the group I'm in on Friday from Tammy Ward. It's really, really pretty. And I will share all the ATCs with you guys after they've all come in. Instead of one at a time, I'll do a video on all the ones as a group so that you can see them. If you hear noises, that's my husband downstairs. He's coming in with the dogs. We just got back and he took them outside. And I think I'll go over here. It's easier to line up on the edge, and I'll just have this in the middle for extra. Oop. I could do it that way and have this much, but it's the same. It works out the same, really. Okay. I might... I was going to say I might use my X-Acto knife, but I'll just cut them. It's not perfect, but you know, handmade is generally not perfect. It's been raining here today. It's good enough. Good enough. Okay, we save these little scraps. We save them. I don't save these. I'm sure there's a use for them, but I'm not going to save them. All right. Once I cut this one out, I'll probably go into fast forward, and that way you guys won't have to watch me tape and cut the rest of these. And if I'm not chatting, I will move a little quicker because I'm not concentrating on trying to say something and trying to not mess up what I'm doing too. All right. Okay, I'm going to do the rest of these and fast forward, so I'll be back when I'm finished. See you in a little bit. Okay, I got the backs on, and I have to do, let's see, I think it's six cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm doing 6 this one like this, and then I had 2 more that I was going to do, and I just used a different back because I ran out of this paper. So before I get started on the fronts and make it any dimension, I'm going to stamp the back with StazOn teal blue, and I'm going to use this limited edition ATC stamp that I've had so that I can put my information on it before I put anything on the front that I can't that makes it difficult for me to stamp on the back. So that's what I'm going to do next, okay? Okay, I have the backs of all of them stamped, and I filled them out with the swap name, my email, and the date. And when I mail them, I'll insert a note or a card or something that has my YouTube and all that stuff on it. So now we are on to the front. I don't know what to do. I think what I'll do is I'll start with paint. We'll just put some paint down and get started. Maybe I'll put some of this down first. That's what we'll do first. We'll put this down first. Just some book text that's music. And it may get covered up. It may not. We'll see. And probably this is going to be a little bit quiet. It'll either be fast forward or it'll be quiet because I'm getting a lot of interruptions from noises downstairs and someone coming up and down the stairs, which distracts me. So I'll probably just go ahead and do this fast forward so that I can get it done because it'll take me forever otherwise. All right. Dab some distress paint on these. And let's see. I think I want to use the greens and the pink, maybe that red, and the yellow. Do I want the orange? I might want the orange. Forget the pink. I don't know. We'll keep them all out. We'll see what happens. I just don't know. Alright, I gotta dry a little bit more. Well, no, this one's dry. It's dry enough. Let's just start with, let's go with some green. Which one? Peel paint or forest? Let's see what they look like. I've forgotten. I think I know what peeled paint is, but I think the peeled paint, it's more bright, more springy. Alright, backing up. We're going to back up. We're going to use a paint first because that's just what I'm feeling. Go with paint first. So let me find a color. How about this one? Alright, I'm going to clear some space. Crowding in here. Brush do I want? Little, big, little. I'll go with the big one. Got these dry a little bit. So far, that's what we've got. I want some orange on here, but I don't know if the distress paint is, if it's time for that or not. Let's try it. Nope, it's not time. It may not ever be time, so we're going to go with, I'm going to get my brush that I just cleaned. It's drying, but I need it. I'm going to go with a little bit of this. It's a Americana bright orange. Almost did it. I don't have a plan at all. I do not know what's going to happen. You will be as surprised as I will be. I'm always, when I first start something like this, at the stage of saying, oh man, mistakes, I need to start over, this is not good. But I've learned to keep going and see what happens. The worst thing that could happen is that I will not like it, I won't be able to overcome it, I won't be able to get past it, I won't be able to get past the uglies. And I will have to start over. And I still have a few days before everything's due, so I have that option. Now when I get closer to the wire, I won't have that option. So let's hope for the best today. And I don't know if I'll finish these today, but it may be tomorrow sometime, but we'll still hope for the best. All right. Now, let's see. I need a new paper. Clean my brush off on. Let's go with that one. Okay, and I'm gonna go with some pink. Pink and orange appeals to me for some reason today. Kind of want it textury. I don't know why. I'm just what I'm thinking. Just a little bit of blob. Did you see what I did? I'm blobbing it, and I'm not filling in the whole area so that some of the green is staying. Can you see that? I always ask you that, and you never can answer me. Some will have more on it than others. You just can't get it exact. And I really don't want to. These are all one of a kind. I like the pink on it though. That's making me feel good. Okay. So that makes me feel better. I'm liking that. Now, if we can just keep from screwing it up from here out. All right, I'm going to dry a little bit. Put my brush in there, clean up this mess. And I'll be back in a second. Okay, we're pretty dry. Still a little goopy in some places, and this one here, I got to thinking about other things, and I let the heat gun stay on it too long, so the paint bubbled. So there's a little bit of a textury look to it. So I like it, but I'm going with it. If you guys get this one, whoever gets number 4 of 6, I did that on purpose. All right, let's see. I want to use this stencil on here, but I think it's too soon. I want to use that one. I want to use that one. I don't know if I'm going to use all these or not. I think the first thing I want to do is stamp. I'm going to take this big stamp and stamp it on top, and then go over it with all the other stuff. But I need for that to be dry before I stamp. So I may be waiting. This one I can stamp. That one, I can stamp that one. This one, no. This one, almost. No. We'll go in that order. Okay. I'm going to do this different than normal. I'm just going to lay this here, stamp the pad, and then turn the card over. I don't care if it's a perfect stamp. I don't care if it is a full stamp. I just care about getting some of the stamp on there. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, that's pretty. I may have to change my gears here because that's pretty. I really didn't want to, I wasn't planning on using the stamp as a major focus, but I really like that. Wow, I just love that. Okay, definitely springy looking. This is still a little wet. Come on, dry, dry. I'm in a hurry. Not in a hurry, but I just want to do it. All right, we gotta wait for this to dry. So what I'm gonna do is turn the camera off, and I'm going to investigate an option for these cards while this dries some more, and see what I want to come up with. I'll be back.